This is a rare non-Steam Deck video. It's been a long time since I've reviewed a keyboard, honestly. This right here is a TMKB GK61. TMKB is actually a sub-brand of KeyMove, and I've reviewed quite a few KeyMove keyboards in the past. KeyMove keyboards are really good for their price, and so this should be no exception, right? Let's see how KeyMove's keyboards have changed, for better or worse. This is the keyboard right here. Yes, KeyMove right here. They provided me this keyboard, though my views and opinions remain my own. The base price on Amazon goes for around $50 for this model right here, though you can actually catch a discount as of the writing of this video. Well, what kind of keyboard is this really? Well, it's a 60% mechanical keyboard. For those of you who are unaware of what a 60% keyboard is, well, basically a 60% keyboard is 60% of a full-size keyboard. Basically, everything left of the inner key is gone. The obvious drawback is you don't have as many keys on there. You can still access many of those functions, though it requires a key combination rather than just pressing a key. Like for example, print screen is FN and U at the same time. Now here's the keyboard and all of the accessories, and this wire right here. This wire is really nifty. I've never seen a wire like this before. Yes, it's a USB-A to USB-C cable with a right angle as well, though I've never seen this before. Is that a reversible USB type A connector? I've never seen that before. And I'm sure it existed and KeyMove didn't just invent it somehow, but like I've never seen one of these before. It does feel a bit weird to plug into a regular USB port, but my god, does it actually work. It's actually reversible. That's insane. Why don't we use this more often? Also, like most KeyMove keyboards, both the keycaps and key switches are replaceable. I'm just taking extra care not to scratch the inside of the keyboard, and as you can see there, these are in fact Gateron black switches. It's a rare opportunity for me to check out these black switches, and so here they are. So black switches tend to be similar to both red and brown switches, in which they go down smoothly and there's no audible click sound when you type. Unlike reds and blacks, these require quite a bit of force to actuate. If you like to press down hard on your keyboard and you like precise inputs, this might be the switch for you if you decide to make a keyboard or buy one or something like that. And let's talk about the keycaps. I decided to opt for a different variety instead of the typical black or whites. The material is quite nice. These are PBT, double shot. These keycaps are also shine through, meaning that the legends or letters shine and also change colors when RGB is on. How about the feel of the keyboard? Well, the keyboard feels quite nice in my hands. There isn't really a lot of complaints there. This keyboard here is a lot brighter than a lot of the older KeyMove keyboards that I've touched. All of the legends on the keycaps are very legible, though I kind of wish the secondary functions underneath all of the main functions also were shine through. I think I prefer Gateron blacks due to the extra force required to actuate the key presses, meaning more precise inputs. Also, on the back of the keyboard is the on and off switch for Bluetooth. If you plan on using this wired, you'll want to keep this on the off position. Otherwise, go ahead and flip it on. Now this is the part where we do a sound test. There's a bit of a twangy sound when you're typing in, but honestly, it's not bad. It's not something that couldn't be remedied. Will a mechanical keyboard make you type faster? No, not really. That's all experience. I would assume if you were formally taught how to type, you'd be fine. That said, I was never formally taught how to type. Back when I was still in high school, keyboarding was made to be a requirement, though around junior year of high school, they made that no longer a requirement. And so I never formally learned how to type on a keyboard. Though that doesn't change the fact that my WPM is around 97. Not bad for someone that had to figure out how to type on his own. Now let's talk about the software. The software can be downloaded from TMKB's website, links in the description below. Also in that same page is a firmware upgrade. Download, run that, and your keyboard's firmware will automatically be updated. Now let's talk about the software itself. The software itself is pretty standard fare for mechanical keyboards like this, though for whatever reason I couldn't find the option to create custom lighting solutions. As far as I'm concerned, you're stuck with all of these default ones, which isn't bad. I tend to keep mine on Adrift, which is the standard RGB spectrum anyways. It's also easy to create macros and assign them to keys. As you can see there, I created a macro that types out the entire alphabet and it recorded everything, including my delays. You can also record mouse clicks and you're able to modify these macros on the fly. So if you need a more precise macro, you can create one. It's also really easy to assign these macros and change the buttons back to default. The software may not show it, but you can actually assign different layouts to 3 different layers on your keyboard. You can essentially have your standard keyboard on one layer, and then have a bunch of macros on the other layers as well. This might be decent for those of you who are playing MMORPGs all the time. And yes, the macros are stored on your keyboard firmware itself, meaning if you unplug this and plug this into another computer that may not have this software, the macros remain. So what's my final verdict on this keyboard? If you're looking to get into mechanical keyboards, then I would suggest this as your very first mechanical keyboard. It's relatively inexpensive, especially in regards to mechanical keyboards. It's a decent quality keyboard for a decent price. And there's multiple options for multiple switches and colors depending on what you want. And honestly, the only way I wouldn't recommend this is if you're someone that already knows about mechanical keyboards and you already know what kind of keyboards you want. But for the price point, I'm not sure this keyboard can really be beat. And if you're not used to 60% keyboards, I say give it a shot. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you don't like it and then you can just return it to Amazon. So if you like my content, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, join my Discord server, and also enable notifications.